this is the first time Moody's is giving this kind of rating to a program like this. Will you start to rate more firms based on diversity? Isn't this the only way to really start to affect change?
Thank you. Well, just to be precise, we didn't assign a specific diversity rating to Lloyd's, nor we changed the rating to Lloyd's, but we provide our comment on a recent announcement Lloyd's made. And in the comment, Lloyd's committed to increase the representation of black staff among senior management, amongst other measures. The percentage to 3% by 2025, and we believe that that was credit positive. And we think that it is credit positive because it responds to a direct demand from investors, politicians, and regulators for banks to be more socially active part, having a more social active role, and so increased diversity is therefore positive. Just to quote some numbers, this was not the first time that Lloyd's had similar programs. In 2018, it set a target for 2020 for ethnic minorities in general. So their target was 10% of the overall staff and 8% of senior management being made of ethnic minorities, and they're very close to those targets. Now, 7.3% of senior management at Lloyd's is of an ethnic minority background. What Lloyd's discovered is that within ethnic minorities, blacks remain underrepresented. And at the moment, 1.5% of the population of the staff at the organization is black, and 0.7% of senior management. So they have some specific targets of 3% by 2025, which is broadly in line with the black population in the Great Britain.
Edoardo, look, here in Germany, of course, it's not. I don't think it's legal even to ask the race and tally the data on different racial makeups of companies. Do you get that data from a lot of companies outside of Germany? Do you get a lot of that actual racial data from all the British companies that you need?
No. We are just at the beginning of that, and it's a voluntary disclosure. Barclays, for example, has been publishing an ethnicity gap report in terms of pay and composition of the staff for the past couple of years. But it's something that is getting increased interest from investors, and banks are compliant to that. Actually, the Bank of England, which is the main regulator of UK banks, has some targets itself. So in 2014, it set some targets for 2020. They actually increased those targets in the meantime. And they have specific targets of 20% of the entire staff being ethnic minority. In 2019, there were 19, and 13% of senior management being of an ethnic minority by 2022. They're a little bit behind there, just 5%.
So, Edoardo, should all rating agencies be doing this? And can you tell us about some other banks you may end up giving a credit positive or credit negative based on their diversity plans?
So this diversity plan, especially targeted at blacks, this is something relatively recent. So Lloyd started last week. HSBC just 3 days ago had an internal memo that the bank itself confirmed to the press that they are targeting to double the amount of black staff by 2025. But we don't know the starting point at the moment. But we expect, as we have more data, to be able to analyze it better, which actually diversity and inclusion is part of our consideration when we assess ESG risk, in this case, the S part, the social part.